In Touch with Terri is brought to you by Podium, your all-in-one AI-powered communication platform designed to help your practice convert more leads and increase patient retention. This is In Touch with Terri, a power-packed podcast for the medical aesthetics industry.
I just discovered your podcast, and I feel like I've hit a gold mine.
She's our inspiration.
This is someone who's got a lot of knowledge. She's been there, done that.
Terri Ross is a former Fortune 500 executive, international speaker, founder and CEO of Terri Ross Consulting, and co-founder of the 4S Summit, a sales and business mastery workshop for aesthetic professionals.
Terri is always approachable, always there for you.
It's nice to have somebody in your corner that can say, I got it.
In Touch with Terri will bring you solutions to increase operational and employee efficiency and practice profitability. Plus, feature some of the top industry experts as guests.
Terri, your courses and your podcast are just so helpful.
She made me feel like I could do this.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Now, here's Terri.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of In Touch with Terri. The feedback you guys have been giving me lately, I love it. You send me pictures and videos. You're driving in your car. You're on a walk. I love it so much. So thank you. As we are getting into Q4, talking about one of my favorite things, and probably one of your most least favorite things, but it's going to be your favorite thing after this podcast, which is objection handling. I know, buckle up, you guys, you're up for a ride. So I want you to stop losing patience. We're going to talk about the 6 steps to master objection handling. And it's such a critical thing. You guys, we hear it in life. We don't even really know it. So for those of you that, again, are a provider and you feel like sales is just this icky, scary thing, well, you're selling yourself every day, right? Whether you're buying something, a house, you're trying to get your kids into college, you're negotiating, right? There's always objections coming from everywhere. But as it relates to our practices, I know it can feel uncomfortable when you're medical providers and then they're telling you, they can't afford it. They need to think about it. They need to check with the spouse. They need to go on other consults. We're going to dive in. Where do you think objections come from? Where do you think objections come from? Do you think it's because of what you said or what you did not say? Sit with that for a second. So today I'm going to show you how to turn objections into opportunities and why you can have record-breaking sales all year, no matter what the economy is doing. So listen to this quote: price is what you pay, value is what you get. And we all know, depending on what kind of car you drive, what kind of hotels you like to look at, what kind of shoes you wear, what kind of purses you drive, we all have brands and we are willing to spend money on those brands. What's the quote, right? You get what you pay for, and that is so true. So price is what you pay and the value is what you get. And I promise you that your clients, if they see the value in you as a person, you as a provider, you as a brand, they will not object. So objections aren't a rejection. There's a great testimonial on my Instagram from one of the VPs of sales of Derm Care, private equity group that I trained in August. And she bought my affirmation cards, which are these phenomenal motivational cards to use with your team. And that's one of the things I wrote in there. Objections aren't rejections. They're signals that the true value of what you're doing or providing or giving them has not been communicated, or an emotional connection has not been uncovered. So what's the reality of objections? First, let's take a second and normalize this. You guys all know, we just talked about it, every practice faces objections. So whether you're brand new or you've been in business for 30 plus years, they're not unique to you. In fact, they should be pretty predictable at this point in time. And so once you've mastered the patterns and you anticipate when they're coming, you could be fully prepared. So tell me if you agree with these objections, and then we can explain a little bit and go a little bit deeper. Price clearly is the number one. Budget. Now, they're two different things. Price is what the price is. The budget is what somebody can afford to spend. Priority, no doesn't mean not right now. Talking to your spouse or your partner, downtime, I need to think about it, pain and discomfort, and then perhaps a lack of trust with your provider or personal connection. But here's really what you need to know. Conversions increase about 30 to 64% when effective objection handling is used. And that is according to some significant statistics, Cloud Talk, GTM Now. So I want you to think about what that actually means for your bottom line. If you can learn to and if you've taken my sales training and you know that sales is a transfer of emotions by you and me. So mastering the consultations is one of the only ways that you will increase revenue, because we have to master the revenue potential from each person. So if you knew, and I'm going to challenge you guys to actually, when you're listening to this podcast, go figure it out. What is your current conversion rates today? And if they're below 70%, we have an opportunity for growth. So if I'm telling you, or I'm offering you that you could increase your patient conversions 30 to 64% just by handling objection handling, that's massive, you guys. Calculate the amount of money that could be. So what is the root cause? Well, again, objections don't come from patients being difficult. They come from not giving enough information, not asking the right questions, not showing enough value. That's where they come from. So I want you to treat objections as complaints until you have truly validated them. And so if we're really able to get the patient and the client to uncover how they really feel, and I'm talking, you guys, you got to get them to say that, I always make a joke in my sales training, I'm feeling fat, I'm single, or I'm divorced, and my friends are dating and I'm not. People aren't swiping on me on the online apps. I know it's kind of funny, but like for real. I don't feel comfortable in my skin. I don't like the way my clothes fit. I feel old when I look in the mirror. Like you have to get your patients to uncover those emotional feelings, because what is somebody going to object? What are they going to say to you? Oh, Dr. Smith, I want to look fat and ugly. I know it's kind of funny. We could all kind of laugh about it, but no one can object to wanting to feel and look a certain way. It's really, really important. And you guys, I say this all the time. There is guesswork, there's hard work, and there's a framework. You choose. We've mastered the framework. We teach practices all around the world, and we've been doing this for 20 years. So if this is something that's already resonating with you and you're like, shit, yes, we could be better at this. We're struggling. Our conversions aren't where they need to be. We're not maximizing revenue potential. Our team's having a hard time on the phone calls or in the room. Then this is something we have to really pay attention to. Thinking about the consultation process and the questions that I said, how do you prevent objections from ever becoming a roadblock? Well, the only way to do that is whether you're on the phone or in the consultation, not when they're like ready to check out and not when they're already hesitating. So you have to do this throughout the entire guided conversation. And so when we think about, when I ask you the patient journey and what does your consultation process look like? One, I want you guys to make sure you're using the right tools, the cosmetic interest questionnaire, the treatment plan, the skincare regimen, of course, before and afters, that you're charting, you're scribing, you're using AI, but more importantly, that you're walking in to say, you know what, Terri, I really want to get to know you today. We take this comprehensive approach. We want to uncover your needs. I want to understand the outcome that you're looking for and then build you a treatment plan that's going to allow you, right, to look and feel better. How did that just already sound? And so the 11 questions that I ask, I want to take you down a journey to ask them in a very specific order without you saying anything. And, we can dive into this. There's a lot of stuff, again, that's in my sales training, or it's on the store, but we're going to acknowledge, right? I see you're here today to talk about your fine lines and wrinkles. What I'd like to do over the next 30 to 45 minutes is really get to know you. Like we're setting up those expectations. And then you're just asking feelings questions. If sales is a transfer of emotions, you have to ask feelings questions. And so when patients are able to articulate that emotional need, you guys, they're essentially overcoming their own objection. That is the gold. That is the money shot that you have to get to. And when you do, you've already won. And my God, there's so many success stories. One is Dr. Renee Burke. She's a plastic surgeon, a big key opinion leader in Chicago. She's been with us for over 12 months, extending now. We've done sales training. She's a private client. but we've added almost $4 million to her revenue this year, and her conversions are up significantly. I could go on and on with case stories. SkinClick has told me over 20% of their providers have increased revenue over 30%. So I could share with you so many case studies, and I want to bring our clients on here to share that with you. But let's think about how do we do this though? So even if you are the most amazing provider, and I'm sure that you are with your clinical expertise and your training and your knowledge and your skill, but the ability to take the time, get emotional, be transformational, not transactional, and learn how to communicate effectively. It's hard, just even in our everyday life. So I teach the layer model, right? The listen, acknowledge, explore, and respond. And sometimes when you're able to just listen, objections will surface on their own. And so what matters is how you respond in the moment. And oftentimes people listen not with intention. They listen to respond. So if you listen with intention and you just don't quickly answer, but you have the ability to continue on the path of just asking the questions that I guide you to ask, you're basically going to take that patient down that path, right? You're going to listen. You're fully going to hear what they're saying without interrupting. You're going to acknowledge, which you're going to give them validation that you understand where they're coming from or what they're saying, not necessarily how they're feeling if you haven't. Your exploring is where I find is the most impactful. It's your ability to ask good questions to get to the real surface. And you're going to ask, right, other than the feelings questions, what would be holding you back? How committed are you, Terri, to get to this outcome that you just said you wanted? You said you wanted to look and feel this way. What would be holding you back? Is it money? Is it time? Is it trust? And if I could get you that outcome, are you prepared to move forward? There really is a framework, you guys, that have finessed to doing this. And so how do we now reframe objections into a category? And so let's talk about what they are. We listed them earlier because the truth is objections are opportunities. I love them. They're not roadblocks, but if you're not trained, real professional training, the tendency is always to be in some sort of defense mechanisms, but it's the ability and the opportunity to go deeper and provide more clarity and ask more questions. So let's go through each one. God, you know what? That seems really expensive, Terri. Absolutely. I completely understand. Remember what we said? We're acknowledging, you're validating. It's an investment. But what I heard you saying is, okay, that you wanted this outcome. So is it the price? Or are you not seeing the value in getting this treatment plan? Boom, budget. Again, acknowledging, absolutely, this treatment plan to get this outcome that you just said you wanted. Do you see how I'm bringing it back to you said you wanted it? If you ask the right questions, they're telling you they want to look and feel this kind of way. You didn't say it. What am I going to do? Change my mind? No, I do want to look old and feel like crap. I mean, no one's going to say that, right? I mean, again, you're making me answer my own objections. Did you have a budget in mind? What were you expecting to pay? There's got to be a misalignment somewhere. And so when it comes to the pricing thing, again, you can take this in so many directions when we're going to be including financing, but it's really being able to uncover again their needs versus the value, the priority, the timing. So what happens if we do nothing? Right? What would be holding you back? And if we don't do this now, how are you going to feel in 6 months from now? Let's talk about how we can break down this treatment plan, right? And get you started so that you can start feeling better. I love this one. I need to talk to my spouse. Oh my God, I love it. I think this is hysterical. And I'm like, well, does he or she know that you're here? Well, they do. And so I assume that they want you to look and feel your best, right? Well, yeah. But he's not really going to understand. He or she's going to think it's too expensive. So then it's not you have to talk to your spouse. It's really a money thing. Do you see how I'm uncovering the real objection isn't the talking to the spouse. It's that he or she is going to object to how much it costs. So we can't let them leave this undecided. Fantastic. What specifically would you like to discuss with him or her? And if I can help, make that decision a little bit more comfortable, why don't we give them a call right now? It's crazy, you guys, how many people will seriously, no, let's go ahead and do it. So what did I say objections are? You have to treat them like a smokescreen. Downtime. listen, unless you're having surgery and a facelift or a tummy tuck, like it's real downtime, it's social downtime. So I think you guys majority of you guys know how to handle that. Let's reframe it. When would be the best time for you to get this procedure done? The best outcomes require this treatment plan, and here's why. What's more important to you, 2 weeks of healing, right? Or the confidence that you're going to carry for years to come, and pain and discomfort. So is it shared reality versus perception? Certainly offer patient testimonials on recovery. Be very thorough with what that looks like. And maybe you guys, they're just scared of the anesthesia perhaps, or scared of the, laser. I think we have to be really adept on the forefront of walking them through your protocols. And I think that's probably the least one that we have a hard time overcoming. And then maybe the personal connection. So in our training program, in the beginning, we really focus on personality types. It's really important for you to understand your type over someone else's, because 2 drivers need to be drivers. It's called a versatile salesperson. You have to be a chameleon. You really have to adapt your personality to someone else's. So for me, I am like hardcore driver. Like, give me the facts. How much does it cost? When am I going to see results? When can you get me in? I am down and dirty, ready to make a decision now. And if somebody was an amiable and they're like bubbly and, all over the place with conversations, it's probably going to frustrate me. So it's critical, whether it's someone on the phone or in that consultation, that you know who you're talking to so that you can come down on their level. And then how do we close? So now we've talked about bonding, building rapport, the layer model, asking the right questions, even though this is all about objection handling. And the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that when you ask the right questions, you're making the patient basically answer their own objections, which should inevitably dismiss them. So let's bring it back to a simple, powerful question that just cuts through. If I could build you a treatment plan that is going to give you the outcome that you just said that you wanted, right? You said that you wanted to, look 10 years younger. You wanted to lift up your skin, have better texture and tone, lift up the volume, whatever they said, repeat it back. So what if I could build you a treatment plan that's going to give you the outcome you said you wanted? And if I could structure the financing to make it affordable for you, would price still be an issue for you? Hell no, guys. And I know this. It is a proven framework. I know many of you know me and follow me and support me, and I love y'all so much. And for those of you that are new and don't know me, there is lots of stuff on my YouTube channel and video testimonials and on my website and on my Instagram. So please take this, practice. Practice really does make perfect when you take it seriously, and that you can just sit back with yourself and be vulnerable and recognize, like, God, we've never had training, or we've never invested in our team to overcome these things, or they are struggling, or maybe you guys are being honest and you're like, shit, I don't even investigate the numbers as I should. You have to tie it all together, bring the value, bring the emotion, bring the solution. So let's be quick on our feet. We have to be able to anticipate objections. You need to be prepared. You need to practice. You need to master it. So if you want to consistently close at a high level, here are 6 steps that I teach everyone to follow. I want you to own it. All right? Own it. Take responsibility for how you handled the objection, or maybe how you didn't. And it's okay, you guys. I'm here for you. Shit, that sucked. Or I got defensive. Or I just spit out the answer. I didn't use the layer model. Number 1, I want you to own it. And once you're able to, you can really identify and go, okay, here's where I'm getting stuck. Now I can help you solve it. 2, define it. Was it real? Maybe it is real. But remember, I said objections treat them like a complaint. If I really don't have the money and I can't get financing, okay, that's a reality. Let's step it down. Let's start small. But own it, define it. Is it real or a smokescreen? 3, pinpoint it. Pinpoint the timing. Did it happen early in the conversation? Which may tell you, if I throw up, how much does this cost? And, the first 15 minutes, pay attention. I'm probably telling you I'm some sort of a price shopper. And you may or may not want me. You have to choose. So are you asking, again, the right questions to identify that pinpoint of the timing? Reframe it. Objections equal opportunities. Thank them. I hear you. I acknowledge it. Validate it. And then redirect the conversation to another question. Prepare. Again, anticipate them. Practice daily. Pick 1 or 2 things every week. You guys pair up as front desk, patient concierge, PCCs, providers, pair up and practice. It's the only way that you are going to master it. And then my sixth is mastery. And I'm so blessed to have studied sales literally my whole life. Since right out of college, I worked for Ethicon Endo, which is a division of J&J. And I did the corporate thing for 16 years. And then I had a med spa too. And now I'm so humbled and happy to be able to teach all over the world our sales training program. But I promise you from the bottom of my heart, it's not about more money, more marketing, more leads, more equipment. You know, people want to get paid more money, a bigger location. Let's really humble ourselves for a second. Sales is literally what makes the world go round. Without patience to buy anything, there's no business. So as we're thinking about our budget for 2026, I'm inviting you to really allocate budget. You guys budget for your providers to go get clinically trained. You're budgeting for them to go learn a new technique or a new product or procedure. We have to give the business side the same credence and budget for business. Budget if you don't understand. Budget if you want your team to level up. So those 6 things were own it, define it, pinpoint it, reframe it, prepare, and master it. So objections are never the end of the story. It's just a part of the process, and it actually can be really fun. So what sets you apart in this competitive industry? It's like I said, it's not your technology, it's not your location, it's not your menu of services. It's truly how you connect with your patients, how you bond with them, how you talk to them, how you communicate with them, how you guide your patients to show value. So let's make these tools, let's practice them, and I promise you will watch your conversions increase substantially. Your confidence will skyrocket. So I'm going to drop the mic. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this episode, which is something I'm really passionate about, as you can tell. And if you found it valuable, please share this with your colleagues, with your friends. Listen to it again. Take notes. I have so many ways that we can work together, which is on the Terri Ross Consulting website. We can do sales training virtually. Our team comes on site, and we have an amazing mentorship program. So I really do invite you guys that if this is an area of opportunity for you or you're struggling and you want to see a greater impact in your business and your revenue and your team and your confidence, competence, and profitability, this is the only way to do it. So thank you guys so much. And don't forget to leave me your feedback, because your feedback keeps me coming. It keeps me motivated to continue to build all this great content for you. So thank you guys. I can't wait to see you on the next episode of In Touch with Terri. Ciao.
Thanks for listening to In Touch with Terri, brought to you by Podium, the all-in-one AI-powered communication platform helping thousands of practices convert more leads and increase patient retention. If you'd like to take your practice further faster, Terri Ross has launched her business and sales mentorship for the first time, and it's available to everyone. No more spending thousands on conferences. Get Terri's expert knowledge for a fraction of the cost. Head over to patreon.com/Terri Ross Consulting and sign up now. We'll have the link in the episode notes to get you in on this groundbreaking offer. This is your chance to get ahead, so don't miss it.